Hearings for the succession of Uhuru Kenyatta are on the home stretch. There are 4 presidential candidates, but opinion polls have put Deputy President William Ruto and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga as frontrunners. So this week, the SABC sat down with both candidates. We began by asking each of them why they are running for the country's presidency.
Number one, this country is in a place where it requires a person with clarity, with a plan, and with a track record of being able to execute a plan. I think where the country is at the moment, I am probably the only person who understands where we are and understands where we need to go, and with a plan to get us there.
I think the people want me to run because they feel that injustice has been done to me and also what I represent. They believe that I represent change in this country, and that's why they want me to have another trial.
Odinga is running for the 5th time.
Raila Odinga, 6,762,224. I therefore wish to declare Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta.
In the past 4 elections, the former Prime Minister has contested the outcomes on claims of rigging. In the 2017 general elections, the Supreme Court of Kenya agreed with this petition and nullified the outcome of the polls and ordered fresh presidential elections over what it ruled as illegalities and irregularities. Odinga says the Independent Elections and Boundaries Commission must work towards free, fair and credible elections.
The onus is on the IEBC to conduct free and fair elections. Kenyans have had enough of the mishandling of elections. Kenyans don't want to see another election bungled by the IEBC. So we are basically putting them on notice that whatever has not been done, which should be done by them, there are 3 more weeks left. Let them do everything possible to ensure that these elections are free and fair. Kenyans will not forgive them if they bungle it. If we lose fairly, we will accept results.
While Ruto says he's confident with the systems put in place so far to deliver a tamper-proof election.
Yes. Left alone, IEBC, from where I stand, I think they have the capacity, they have the wherewithal, if I may say, to deliver this election. There are attempts at interference of the IEBC. We have information that some of the commissioners have been approached, but I think the country has moved significantly to a place that the infrastructure around IEBC will largely do the right thing. The digitization, the computerization around IEBC makes it that much more difficult for any manipulation.
Odinga has the backing of President Uhuru Kenyatta, his once political rival. The 2 men have worked closely since a peace pact in 2018, which locked out Ruto. Odinga blames the shortcomings in the Kenyatta administration on Ruto, but Ruto says the handshake between his boss and Odinga derailed their development agenda.
Precisely, that is why I'm running. I mean, not President Kenyatta, because President Kenyatta is outgoing. I'm talking about the candidate I'm running against. I would say that he represents the past, therefore cannot be an answer to the future. And all the things that he's talking about are basically rhetorics, which really have no connection with the reality in the ground.
I have only taken credit for the things that I participated in doing. The handshake program was not my plan. So how would I take credit, or how would I own failure for something that I didn't participate.
On corruption, the two former allies are again on parallel sides, with each accusing the other of being corrupt.
There are countries that take their presidents to court because of corruption. We must take our country to that place. It cannot happen if you go by the plan of our competitors. The plan of our competitors have a president somewhere jailing people, which means he's above the law, which means he's above investigations, which means they are personalizing. In fact, the failure around our fight against corruption is the weaponization and the politicization of the fight against corruption. The fight against corruption must be institutionalized. It cannot succeed otherwise. And our plan, if you read our manifesto, our plan is to institutionalize the fight against corruption, build the institutions, give them the financial independence, make sure they have the capacity to fight corruption at any level, including friends, relatives of even the people in power. So that's our plan. Their plan is largely rhetoric. Oh, we're going to jail so-and-so. We're going to jail the corrupt. I dare ask them, how are they going to jail the same people who are funding their campaign?
He is himself Mr. Corruption, because look at his lifestyle. He contributes in Arambis on a monthly basis, equivalent to 100 million shillings. His salary is only 2 million shillings. You don't know any other business that he runs that generates that kind of money. The kind of money he's spending, even if Safaricom, the biggest corporation, cannot do that. See, so it is Mr. Corruption. It's working, lives and sleeps in corruption. And it's known. The projects which are overpriced. You see, when there was a dam scandal, Aurora and Kimorer, he said, went to say that he had lost 20 billion. He said, no, it's not 20 billion. It's only 7 billion. Only 7 billion shillings. See, 7 billion shillings is 70 million US dollars. That cannot be only for a small economy like Kenya's.
In their political manifestos, both Odinga and Ruto have promised to prioritize food security, job creation, the fight against corruption and manufacturing, if elected. What they differ on is how to go about it. With the country undergoing an economic crisis, whoever wins will find themselves hard-pressed to cut the cost of living even before they can begin to tackle their development agendas for Kenya, East Africa's biggest economy. Sarah Kimani, SABC News, Kenya. Viva! Viva!